Hello everyone. Something a bit different today. I've been watching Dawid Does Tech Stuff, and yeah, really enjoying it. I'm new to him, and yeah, it's good. It's funny stuff. I like him. And this isn't a response to him or anything like that. But I watched a video over the weekend that was him looking at laptops that were available to buy now, current laptops. He described them as budget laptops, which I suppose, or budget gaming laptops, which I suppose they are. But for the sort of money we're talking about, it's not, budget like £300, which I think equates to about $380 or something. Yeah, we're talking sort of £600 plus, so more like 700. In fact, well, I'll show you the actual prices that I paid and stuff like that. Yeah, but he makes the point that they're still using old cards. They're still using the RTX 2050 and the RTX 3050. And the problem with those is, whilst there is a 6 gig RTX 3050 VRAM wise, most of them are 4 gig. And I built, I'm sat in front of my desktop at the minute recording this on the desktop. I bought a laptop last year, this time last year, November last year, Black Friday sales from Argos in the UK. And it's I bought it largely for video editing, but at the time I had a 3060 Ti in my PC, and what I wanted was, and whilst I know a laptop 3050 is not, one step down from a 3060, and so one and a half steps down from a 3060 Ti, however you want to look at it, I know they're not really comparable, but I sort of figured, I'm playing at 1440p. If I get a laptop that's 1080p, and I've got a 3050, then can I just, if I'm playing something on my desktop, yeah, okay, maybe I'm getting 70, 80, 90, 100 frames a second, whatever. And then I can go to my laptop and carry on playing it, and it's going to be a reasonable, comparative sort of performance. I'm not going to hate the experience. And it's more a case of, if something happened to my PC or I was traveling or something like that, some reason why I couldn't be at my desktop playing games. So that was why I sort of went for that. But largely the laptop is to do video editing and stuff like this, and it's been pretty good for that. I'm just so preface everything that I say from here on in with, I like this laptop. Like it works really well as editing video and audio and stuff. And audio's not that demanding, but I use Premiere Pro, and I edited I did a video the other week for Keeper, and whilst the video itself's quite short, it's only about 8 minutes long or something, the actual editing process, I was dropping in like better part of 2 hour long video and then cutting it down, and then it would stutter when I hit play, and you'd get a bit of skipping in the video, sort of desync, but you pause it and then play again, and it's fine. So the usual stuff that I do, Dreamcast videos and stuff like that, no issue whatsoever. They're absolutely fine. Like that laptop is a decent laptop for that sort of stuff. Obviously, the screen isn't amazing for video editing. It's only 1080p, but it's all right. But the only time I've really played anything on it, bar Balatro, which it runs, I played South of Midnight. Almost called it Song of the South. South of Midnight, when my computer died, I was replacing the CPU, there was issues, and I ended up doing a whole new build. And so for about a month, I didn't have my desktop, and I was using this laptop. But what I played absolutely fine, no issue. So South of Midnight, Balatro, I can't remember what else, probably some like, I think Old World I might have played, something like that, some sort of Civ style thing. Worked really well. But this Dawid Does Tech video, he runs some tests, and the 3050, the 4 gig version, does not run well at all. And he's playing stuff. One of the things he plays is Doom the Dark Ages. And I think I'd put Doom the Dark Ages on pause because I wanted to play it on my desktop. I've got a 1070 now, and I knew I was getting that, so I thought I won't play on the laptop and not enjoy it as much. I'll wait. And that was probably the right decision. So it does not run well for him. And so I thought, what laptop? South of Midnight worked pretty well for me. Like, it was 60. It was, good. Looked all right. I was playing on high settings, I think. So it wasn't a bad experience. maybe I've got the 6 gig version. So I went and checked the laptop, and sure enough, it is the 4 gig version of that card. And so I figured, well, I'll just test it. I've got access to Doom. I've got the laptop. I mean, it's here. I will say, like I said, I like it. It's metalish top, loads of vents on the bottom, vents on the side. You could do with a few more USB ports, but like I say, it's a good laptop. Just wanted to give a bit more context. So if I switch to, here we go. So the laptop that I bought, I'll show up how much I paid. I paid like £670. So it is still available for £999. So I didn't pay that, and I don't think anyone else should. It's a decent laptop. You should not pay £1,000 for this laptop. You could get a much better laptop for £1,000. It does come with a bag, and it does come with a mouse. So, yeah, I will say I got rid of the bag. I gave it to charity because it has the vibe of an ICE agent going to school. So that has gone. I don't want it. I did, however, keep the mouse, and with its little tough light up gamer uh, icon on the mouse. That mouse is decent. It's not, I'm sure, like, professional standard or whatever, but I use that when I'm using that laptop, and it's absolutely fine. It's better than the shitty Logitech that I use while I'm at home working, which is not good. You can almost count the steps as it moves. It's not a good laptop at all. Not a good mouse at all. It's not why I use a Razer on this one. Yeah, but it's like I said, good laptop. So I found in Argos's Black Friday sale, I found a similar laptop, which is a similar price. Actually, a little bit cheaper. It's got a different processor. No free gifts, but £650. It does have, let's have a look. It's got an AMD Ryzen 7, whereas the one I bought has an i5 12 core. So only 2.5 base speed, but it does have 4.5, 6 gig of RAM, blah blah blah. This AMD octa-core 3.1 gigahertz, so a bit faster base speed than 4.5, the same speed, same RAM, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, both screens are 144 hertz. This has FreeSync or G-Sync or whatever on it. It's adaptive sync is what they call it. And yeah, we've got the graphics card, the 4 gig. So it's a very, very similar laptop, and yeah. I then just went looking around. I thought, well, this is what I paid. So I found a different one here, and it comes with a controller. Ooh, but I don't think you should buy it. I mean, look, I'd rather have the mouse than this controller. I suspect that the mouse is a better mouse than this is a controller. But as you can probably see up here, it's a 2050, and it's the same way. So you've got a decent processor, I think, by the look of it. It didn't say how many cores it is, but maybe not. Maybe this is a bad processor, decent speed, but half the RAM, half the storage. 25 millisecond response time, I think is wrong. I don't think it is that. That seemed really slow for a 144 hertz monitor. Yeah, and then the 2050 with 4 gig of RAM. So I don't think, whilst I don't know that you should get any of these laptops really for that money, I definitely don't think you should get that one. So yeah, I'm going to try and get this up and out for the weekend, so that in the hope that, like I say, one person from buying one of these laptops. Like I say, decent laptops, but we need to look at the performance. And if they're as bad as Dawid Does Tech says, because it is only 4 gig of VRAM, then that's something we need to look at. Anyway, let's get to the games. What I'm going to be going, not necessarily in this order, but Vampire The Masquerade 2, which I've been really enjoying. I know no one else is, but I think it's very good. But that is the game I'm currently playing. So can I get that running on this laptop? We will see, I suppose. Robocop Unfinished Business, which I played earlier in the year, I enjoyed. It was alright. I don't know if I enjoyed it more than the main game, but I enjoyed it. It's okay. Resident Evil 3, which I know is a bit older, but I played it this year, and I don't know, like, maybe that's a fair reflection. Will people be playing those Resident Evil games? Possibly. It's not that old. Baby Steps, which again came out this year, indie game 3D. So I did toy with stuff like Ball X Pit and Shinobi, which are two fantastic games, but it will run those. I'm pretty sure. Expedition 33. I'm not optimistic, but you never know. Keeper, might as well try that, given that there was problems with it. Someone said that it had been improved. We'll find out. Doom: The Dark Ages, and then Ninja Gaiden 4, which I've heard is surprisingly demanding. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Because that's a game that needs 60 frames a second at least, ideally more, but at least 60. So, anyway, let's go take a look at some games. You can probably tell the settings are pretty low. So we're going to just check them because, let's go this way. So I dropped it down to get performance before. I dropped it down to 720p. 60 frames. VRS is on, that made no difference, but I was hoping that would help with the VRAM, but we're on ultra performance. And I think then everything is on low. The only thing I could think to change is maybe drop that even lower. Let's try that. So let's go into the campaign and try to remember which level I was doing as the test. It was one of these. I forget which one. Let's try that. I can't remember. Yeah, it must be this one because it says it's going to tell. That's actually loaded quite quick. Hell! I think this is a video, which is why the overlay is gone. Okay, and again, there we go. So, I didn't play this with a controller, and so I cannot remember how to do it. But, so this will drop. But, if you're looking like 720p, again, this is not the way to play it really, 720p. DLSS at like maximum, and as in sort of ultra performance. We've dropped the texture pool down to as low as it can go. I can't hear anything, so we are going to get attacked. Yep. Right. Let's see if I can remember to. The controls are nuts to me, but yeah, the VRR is. Oh shit. Is interesting. I don't know what I was getting hit by. Something was... Yeah. So, that... You might be able to see... That I cannot tell what I'm getting hit by is... arguably a problem? Oh. Oh, okay. Hey. We're at what, 45 frames? So I think with VRR 45 frames is it's not how you want to play Doom. I'm going to stop myself from saying anything too like crazy. Okay, there we go. So there is something I just wanted to show off really. Yeah, so whilst there is still a bit of combat, remember we're at 720p anyway. This was how I got to any sort of solid frame rate. So this is the reason Doom is interesting, is because this is one that Dawid Does Tech Stuff looked at and was just like, no, you cannot. And he's not entirely wrong. Let's face it. This is not how you want to play Doom. You want it to be at least 60. But now playing it well after it's come out, there are things you can do. What I will say is, and I thought this might be a solution, and it isn't. We've got... Jesus, you have to go a long way down to get to this stuff. handheld as an option now. So we can apply this, but you'll see it doesn't really make any difference. It may look like it has at the minute, but believe me, it won't. We need to change to the rocket launcher. Where is it? Shout outs. That'll do. Okay. Yeah, so we're still at like 44 frames a second. If this was a Steam Deck, I would say lock it at 40 and play it like that. At least then it's going to be consistent. I guess, the handheld mode is very, very recent, and it's for like the ROG Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally, which is more powerful than the Steam Deck. But yeah, we're going to just... we'll call it here. We don't need to keep playing. But yeah, I've dropped it to... It's managed to get 240 there. So I actually think the low settings are better, really. Because there's no benefit to dropping to the handheld settings. There's no benefit at all. Like, you're not getting anything extra. The texture pool is still too big. The VRAM is still an issue. And I believe it has to be using the... and again, I might be wrong. My understanding is it's built with... it requires an RT card of some sort, which we do sort of have, but I don't think it's enough. So you can get it running with the VRR display on this laptop. It is not the worst thing I've ever played. Yeah, it's not maybe the way you want to play this game, but this, like, it runs smooth enough whilst I'm playing it. It feels absolutely fine. But again, it's not. This is not how you want to play it. So I would, if the point is to, and maybe I'll say this on the next video. In fact, well, yeah, I'll save this point for the next video. So let's move on. Okay, I'm gonna guess maybe. So we've got the overlay on the right hand side there. That is wildly optimistic. We are not. Also, I shouldn't say wildly optimistic, because that Dawid Does Tech Stuff says that, and I'm not just doing an impression of him. So, look. We've got performance on. We've got 1080p. We have got it on low. These are the settings so far. So we got low, and I changed the draw distance to near. This is what I left off on. We've got it on unlimited. We will leave it at that. We'll go to continue. There's going to be... I'm going to go quiet because there's going to be some spoilers that come up. But once they have that chat, then I will skip. But you can see, on the right hand side, you can probably see the issue. Also, the GPU temp has like rocketed back up. So, we're in the game. We're going to give it a second to load up and everything. It's only fair, because it's definitely doing more than 2 frames a second. I can see people moving. Hi, officer. I can't hear any audio now, unfortunately, but the yeah, so it's showing 13 frames a second. Yeah, you can see that probably the issue is, if you look on the right hand side, I'm going to get it so you can see it, the VRAM clock. There is essentially your issue. I don't know that the VRAM clock necessarily means, like, that is, I think, max speed. I think that is the maximum clock speed we're going to get. I haven't seen it go any higher. So the GPU utilization is obviously at 100% anyway, but I think that is the issue. I can't remember what we did to get us to get to a semi-usable state. We're obviously not going to go. So we're going to go to ultra performance and see what that does. Is that saved? Yes. Okay. So we can't go lower than low. but we're on the lowest we can do, right? So that has, Ultra Performance has improved things. We're now at 30 frames a second. That tire tracks just loaded in. That's good. We're going to get into a fight, and you're going to see the issue. So we've got this here. So the game, I'm enjoying Vampire. I almost call it Vampire Survivors, The Masquerade 2. I like it. I get that. Okay, there's a bunch of. Okay, let's just fuck this person up. We'll feed on them. Why am I going? Why is everything red? Am I getting shot by? Okay. Oh, that's what I wanted. Ooh. I'm getting shot. I'm getting hit from behind, I think. But this actually is running better than. Oh, I didn't really want to kill them, so I wanted to steal their stuff. This is running better than last time. But here's where we got the issue. So you have like vampire speed. So I think this, if you locked it to 30 frames a second, you could probably play this and say that's fine. But we have vampire speed. You can't do it on the ground. You can do it on the ground, but you'll end up breaking the Masquerade and then you just get murdered. So you do like you see. And yeah, there we go. And if I keep going, we could probably get it to give a big smear across the screen. Because I'm honest. Yeah, well, yeah. You see, just stuff. That is the VRAM. So you now, I'd argue that that is borderline uncontrollable. And so I don't know if I were to go to video and maybe change this to 720p, does this break the capture? No. Okay, frame rate has picked up a little. It looks shit. But we have more VRAM to play with now, right? So it's not amazing, but we're getting around, like we can. This is slightly more playable, and it's 25 frames. Stop before we get spotted. We can murder this person. Let's do it. Whoa. Yeah, unlucky. So I surprised we didn't get told off for doing that. Like I said, I like this game. We were hitting 60 frames a second then. What's 60 frames? Okay. So yeah, we're not getting 1080p, and like that looks sort of dreadful. This is not ideal, and I think the issue, I'm going to say this early, right, is if you're having to go to these sorts of lengths to play a game on your quote-unquote gaming laptop, then the issue is that it's not really a gaming laptop, right? Like, again, we could lock this to 30 and it would... can we get up from this? Yeah, we can. Okay. Yeah, so we've, you know, down to 40, so you could... Okay, performance has dropped again. We could use the powers, but I don't really want to. Like, look how low that is. That's like 90s video game graphics. Like, yeah, it's... I suspect it's better indoors. I suspect it's better if you're not using the speed movement. Like this controls fine. Oh, maybe not. But the game doesn't run well anyway, really, if I'm being honest. Let's use this. And let's use that. And we've just fisted the North Star, didn't we? So, yeah, like, I don't know. I think if someone had this laptop and they said to me, should I buy Vampire the Masquerade 2 for it, I would say no. And I like Vampire the Masquerade 2, but I don't think this is the way to play this game. We've got it on about as low as we can go. It looks really poor. It looks like a much older game having it at these settings. Yeah, it's not the way to play this game. So I'm going to say, whilst it is playable, if we locked it to 30, I just don't think it's the way to play it. I think you could, but yeah, I don't think so. Sorry, RTX 3050. Black screen time, 100% utilization on the CPU. There we go. Shaders compiling. Okay, so this is Robocop Rogue City Unfinished Business. So it's not DLC. It's like a DLC spin-off that's standalone and all that. I liked it. I can't remember if I thought it was better than the main game. The main game had its issues, but I really enjoyed the Robocop game. Yeah, I played this towards the start of the year. I think I played it basically when it came out, and I don't remember it being a particularly good running game. But I did play on the 3060 Ti. I should stop banging the laptop with the controller. So yeah, this will be an interesting one. I'm not convinced it will run, but it is currently maxing out like everything. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's taken a while. I maybe shouldn't have hit record. Well. So, we got 3,000 shaders left to compile. This, we're in the hundreds. Would you like to auto-detect video settings? Yeah. Auto-detecting recommended graphics settings, please wait. Shall we see what it's decided? Video. Upscaling, off. Graphics. Oh, this is... Nope. Like, just straight away. No, it's not going to fucking do lumen, is it? Anyway, high quality lumen reflections. No. Custom. Let's give it a chance. No. Low. Oh, it does want lumen. Interesting. I would have thought screen space. I think that. But we'll try it with lumen and then we can change it. Frame rate is unlimited. And we have no upscaling, but we do have the option. So we'll leave it just for low graphics. We've hit apply. Let's just go. So the cutscenes might be particularly demanding. We can skip. Uh-oh. So what are we on? 50? I can't say that I particularly love the... but yeah, good. Yeah, that helped. Oh, he's there. Dude's there. Okay, cool. This, you know what? Running alright. Okay, good. We could pick up a gun, but oh, there's someone else still. But this seems to be running surprisingly well. There he is. I'm not enjoying using the controller for this, but I suppose if you Robocop it's less. I don't have any of my perks, I don't think, because I should be, if I did like New Game Plus, I should be just improving anyway. Right, we're going to put DLSS on, because even balance should get us above 60, right? 64, 73. That looks alright. I mean, this is low settings, and it is a bit blurry over there, but let's heal. Let's do some stomping. Fake money, we got some experience. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, like I'd like it on medium settings. Let's try that. No, video. Yeah, I'm not used to it defaulting to graphics. X to apply. What are we on? We're still above 60. I mean, we're at like 98. But we are maxing out this graphics card, but we're at 60 frames a second. Okay, cool. Okay, that is a thing I remember just in general from the game, to be honest. But yeah, you can see sort of weirdness around, like coming around. You can see the DLSS in action here when I come around corners. You see that little strobe in there. Oh hey, we got. Let's take that. Can I do a story to thingy? Nope, apparently not. Okay. Let's just see what happens if we... Okay, we're going to breach. And... Boop, 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 boop. Oh, shit. Okay, we're going to repair. I'm not a big fan of shit. Even this, dear me, I'm stuck. The door's closed behind me. Oh no, I can't get anywhere. Run, Robocop. He's not a big runner, is he? Really, to be fair. Yeah. I like you can see like stuff in the distance is very blocky. Like that those sparks are very, very blocky. Not too bad from this distance, but if we were to get lower... Oh my god, what's shooting us? Okay, that's fine. We're getting a bit of health back. Where is he? Okay, maybe we're done. Nope. We already need to repair. But yeah, this seems perfectly playable. Robocop, surprisingly, seems playable. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, we probably could have... Oh shit. Am I getting shot by? Oh dudes, I'm getting shot by dudes. Oh no, he's fighting me. The auto-aim is fighting me. Let's pick this up. Oh, I'm dead. Robocop's dead. Okay, we'll call it there, but I think Robocop is a success. I think you can play that. It's not how I'd want to play it, but yeah, I think it is playable. Okay, so this is Keeper. This is a game that I have a video up, a recent one. I didn't love it. It's not terrible. I didn't love it. It's relatively demanding. It's quite a pretty game. It's more demanding than you might expect. But from playing about with this, I did manage to get decent performance out of it. So we're going to... oh no, I didn't mean to hit continue. Sorry, I meant to hit mission select. We will close your eyes. I don't want to show the end game. But oh no, okay, it's picking up where we left off. That's fine. So, someone messaged me on the last video. They put a comment on and just saying they fixed a lot of the hitching, and if you were to watch that video you would see that there was hitching on this point, and they have fixed it. So we're on you can see on the right we're at 60 frames a second. We've got a little tiny bit of like headroom on the graphics card. The fans are kicking up. But yeah, but we're on if I can get to graphics, and we're on very low, and in advance we're on ultra performance. So incidentally, if you turn frame gen on, the frame rate tanks. It also, I think, the VRAM, I think if I can mess with stuff, I think it, yeah, you see what I mean? Like, it says that we're within limits and we're not. So, I mean, I suppose we are, because we're getting 60. But, yeah, so, very low settings, maybe not the way to play this. Also, I'm sure there's a way to, like, sprint, and I can't get it to work. Yeah, I mean, sprint is relative, but if I go back to the graphics and I change this to like low, then it's apply. It's weird that it's Y to apply, but you can see the frame rate is just going to drop to about, I think it's about 45 or something. It does look a lot better. I mean, it looks a bit grainy on the around the sort of detail of the, you know, the railings and stuff of the lighthouse. That looks pretty blurry, but yeah, like I almost wonder if it's better to, oh, I can't, yeah, okay, this is the problem I had. It broke my capture when I changed this, and I was going to change it and then go to 720p and then bump the detail up maybe, but or a bit more generous in terms of the DLSS or something. But yeah, again, we won't dwell on this, but I think the way to, it's a shame to play it on the lowest settings, because I think a big part of the appeal of the game is how it looks, and if you then just destroy how it looks, maybe destroy's going a bit far, I don't know what you're getting. But then maybe I'm not the person to ask, because I didn't particularly enjoy the game, so the people who did enjoy it might get a lot from it still. It's definitely a game for, if I think personally it's not a game for a low powered laptop, even though we can get it to run. And again, with the VRR on this runs fine. It's a slow game anyway. We do have this flickering and stuff, but I think we're 86%, sorry, 86 degrees for the graphics card. So I do think that yeah, this is one for a proper PC or potentially a console. The VRAM on this is holding it back. I think maybe it's other aspects of the graphics card even, but I think it quite possibly is the VRAM. But I'm gonna exit and call it there, and we'll look at some of the stuff. Okay, so the Resident Evil 3 is not a new game, however you define it, really, because obviously it's a very old game, but this remake still came out a few years ago. So this is a little older, but I've played it in the past year. I played it this year. So the reason this is, I think this highlights a problem, is I don't know what I did. I think I accidentally set it to like windowed rather than borderless windowed or something, and then I changed something else, and the frame rate just tanked, and I don't know what I did, but it was like all the settings are the same as they are now. We've got space, you know, I turned stuff down and all that, but we've got the VRAM is fine. This game will run on a lot of stuff. I don't want to just max it, because I'm wondering if the heat is the issue, and maybe that's the problem. Is I did Robocop and then came into this, messed it up, tanked the frame rate, and then it's just like been too hot to do anything. So I'm tempted, we can set it to 120, yeah, and then we might put in, it's on ultra quality at the minute. Yeah, we'll leave it as that for now. And we'll go story, load game. This, I don't know where I am in any of these saves. I know that I have a save at the end of the game because I've beaten the game, but I don't know where I am in the rest of it. But you can see we're on 120 frames a second here, and I don't have the thing for this. But so I think I know where we're going. We got anything in here? We got red herb. What else have we got? Don't tell me about the map. I'm not interested. But we won't spend too long on this. I don't think I've got a shotgun yet, so I'm going to put the shotgun rounds away so I've got a bit of space, just in case. But I think we're going this way. I don't have sound. But look, this looks alright. I mean, it's a bit, you know, the lines on that car are a bit funny, but you know, the actual game looks pretty good. So this is, I think, where I messed with the setting and then it just broke everything. What have we got here? We got handgun bullets. We've got blah blah blah. There could have been enemies jumping up on me. I vaguely remember this bit. This is not going to go well, I don't think, but hey, it's going to tell me about. Due to ongoing power outages, the Guild has decided to provisionally place a number of electric generators throughout the city. Everyone is welcome to use them, but remember, these generators are running high voltage currents. If you want to be struck or impacted by gunfire, anyone nearby could get electrocuted. Have you got that? Blah blah blah. So, I'm pretty sure we do this, and I think dogs come. And yeah, I shoot dogs in the game. So we got zombies, we had lightning, all that, and lightning, electricity, and we're at 120. Now there's no big flames. Your nemesis hasn't dropped down and caused a big, massive, you know, lump of chaos or anything. But I think all things considered, you know, this is a win for this laptop. The issue might be. Sustained play, fine, but coming in and out of gameplay might be a bit of a problem. Resident Evil 3 and so presumably Resident Evil 2 remake are fine, like more than fine. They run well. There's the zombos in here. Come here, you fucking zombo. It does sound like a hate crime. Yeah, the thing oh god, I don't really like about, yep, that made me made me jump. Lack of sound is a problem. I was going to say is the knife. In Resident Evil, yep, there's. I thought there was one coming behind me. I can't hear anything. That one actually didn't make me jump, but yeah, Jill is not happy. But yeah, I was going to say you could do. Oh, good, we got a headshot. But like you could shoot the legs out and stuff. Yeah. So we'll call it here because Jill's getting moided. That runs fine. That runs really well. So it's not completely incapable of running games. You just have to pick the right ones. So we're going to give this a second just to maybe cool down a little bit, and then. Yeah, we'll try the next game, which I'm pretty sure it won't run. Expedition 33, arguably the game of the year, one of the games of the year, certainly. I've tried letting the laptop cool down a bit. Okay, so if you believe what it's saying, we're on, yeah, we're at 60 frames a second. I'm interested to see what it's... Let's go to graphics. Oh, okay. Hey. Low. Let's just do low. Straight away, apply. We're on performance, 60 frames. You probably can't hear it, but the fans have really kicked up. Continue. Yeah, I don't know why this is going to... I've finished the game, so potentially this is just end game stuff. This laptop is getting very loud. I don't know if the mic's going to pick up the sound or not of the fan, but yeah, it's very, very loud. Okay, it doesn't appear to have saved us. Can I get to... Uh-oh, how do I get to stuff? Here we go. Settings. Gameplay. Graphics, that's what I want. DLSS. Quality. No. Ultra performance. Ultra performance, yes. It didn't like that. I don't know where we are. I don't know what I'm... Am I at the last boss? Hopefully not, but oh god. Yeah, we're at 55. There we go. feel like this is on the way to the last boss, and this is probably a good way for me to get murdered. But we'll do a fight. Start a fight just to see how it handles it. Oh no! There is only me in my party. Yeah, this is not going to go well, is it? Skills. Okay. Oh well. Okay, we got dodge. Uh-oh. Bring it on. Oof. Oh, I did it. I've forgotten the buttons and I still managed to do it. Fuck. So, yeah. I don't know, this seems... If you've got the V-Sync on, it seems reasonably playable. I mean... back. Skills... Oh, I can't actually do anything. Okay. I mean, we're gonna definitely die now. Just try it. We're doing surprisingly well. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, that's us gone. No one else is in the party. I don't know where everyone else is. Yeah, let's send in reserve team. Is that everyone else? Yeah, it's literally everyone else. Oh shit. Uh-oh. 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 Can I not parry or something? Oh, it's there. Okay. It's hard to know, like, is this me being shit, or is that just... Okay, she got some health bar, okay. I've forgotten how to play Pierce? I mean, usually I like to stagger things. How much she got? She got 6. That's not done it. Back. Okay, we will... Is it this? Okay, we're in virtual. This. I don't know what I'm saying. Heal. Let's heal her. Okay, good. What? Hey. Oh no, it's, yeah, it was. What was it? Was it? I did okay there. I can't remember how to play this, so we should stop. But, hey, but, shit, yes. We're gonna stop there because I don't know what I'm doing. But I think, I mean, you're looking at it, it's like 44 frames a second or whatever. I don't know that I'd necessarily want to play it at 30. We're about as low as we can go in terms of performance. Without dropping the frame rate, but and look, so much of it is based on timing for those counters and stuff. It's hard to judge because I just don't remember how to play it. But we can't go any lower. So I think the VRAM is an issue. We didn't exactly go traveling through the world or all that sort of stuff, but in fight that wasn't too bad with the adaptive sync. So if I could lock this to 30 frames. It's obviously going to make it harder. I don't want to play it at 30 frames. I can't lock it to 40, unfortunately. But I think you could play this. I think you could play this and have a good time on it with the adaptive sync. Now, again, it's not the best way of playing it, but I think you could do it. So, baby steps. shouldn't be too demanding. I don't know what it's defaulted to. If it's defaulted to whatever I was running it at. Graphics. Okay, so it's defaulted to low. I think it was like 200 frames a second. Frame rate. Yeah, let's do that. It's only got FSR. And it's quality. Okay, we'll try. Let's just see. Let's see. Apply changes. Is that changed? Okay, that's changed. Right, continue. Continue. It's been a while since I've played this, so this should be... Oh no, we don't want to go... Okay. So we are maxing out the graphics card here, but it is maxing out at like 80. So I'm going to set this to 60. And we're at medium settings, which I think is perfectly fine for this. So again, you've got a game that came out this year. Oh fuck. Okay, good. I'm safe. Oh no. It's been a long time since I played this. The VRAM clock is maxed, but the frame rate is solid. It's not a particularly fast-moving game. I will say I'd forgotten that this actually has adaptive sync, so VSync basically. This laptop, so it's no wonder you wouldn't have heard it on some of the games I was playing before that maybe will or won't load now. I was like, Joe, this doesn't feel that bad. So, Ninja Gaiden 4 just come out. Let's see how long it takes to boot. Okay, it's booting. Maybe it was just the Xbox app before. Maybe. Anyway, we're going to get a warning. So I got as far as booting this last time, and we got this warning, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to turn the computer off and see what happens. Graphics settings are limited because your environment does not meet the system requirements. Environment is a weird way to describe that, but in some ways that's good. It's telling us straight away, like, your laptop is not good enough for this. Your computer is not good enough for this. I played this game and it's a little bit anyway. It's bizarre that it's not, because it doesn't look good, but it's dropped it to 720p, and I cannot change that. So, yeah, is this what it's done to get it to be like, okay, you can play this now? I guess we'll have to check to see. I think it's still 720. I think it's still 1080p, the screen. But, yeah, FSR prioritize performance. I cannot change DLSS. I have DLSS. Let me change DLSS. So, yeah, it's basically just said, this is what you're having, because fuck you. But I can't, will enable. Yeah, I can't turn DLSS on, but I have access to, anyway, whatever. No, but continue. Can't remember how to play this. Basically did the tutorial and stopped, but I suspect it's not going to matter. The overlay hasn't appeared. Or it has disappeared. Yeah, this seems to be a thing with the Windows Store games. So it's Alt R and Alt R again. There we go. Okay, so we're at 60. Oh dear. Oh no. Yeesh. RTX. Okay. Oh wait, doesn't that drain my blood? I think it does. I think, yeah, like, I don't like that dodge, I think, is, like, right trigger? Left is this. I'd rather have dodge be... Like, so I think this is block, right? And then if you move, you dodge. And that's right trigger. I think I'd like that to be left. And, yeah, so, I don't know. There's stuff... I've limited time with this. It's, yeah. I think I managed to do it. Oh, yeah, no, you can't. But this is, I mean, it is 60. We've got to deal with this. I don't know what it is. I mean, I do know what it is, but I can't remember what we get. It's just... Oh, we got the grapple. Oh, God, this might be interesting. I thought we got past this. Okay. RB. There we go. Wow. Clearly not, because we just got an achievement. Maybe I just was like, I'm not messing with the grapple. And turned it off. Can we go over here? It's over here. Wait. Okay. But this seems like we can get up here. Oh no. Oh no. Where you can receive ninja coin. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. I mean, we need... Yeah. We're not going to win this, but I just want to get some combat so we can see. And this seems like a good way to get some combat. But we're actually not, you know, performance-wise, this seems okay. It looks dreadful and it won't let us change anything. But, yeah, we're... Oh, God. Let's just go in. Let's just get to some combat. Defeat enemy forces. Uh-oh. You can probably hear me just randomly clicking. I don't know how to do anything. Oh yeah, there we go, the execution. Oh no. Oh no. There's the execution again. We can get... There is a way to pull people back in. Pull the... Yeah. Oh god. Oh no! Oh dear! Okay. Wow. So, but I mean, this is locked to yep, chaining a load of those. There's stuff on the wall. I don't know if we're supposed to be doing something with that. We could do with having this this health. There we go. Okay. But yeah, look, this is all locked. I mean, it looks absolutely shit, but it's really really smooth to play. I can't knock that. It's like I said, it's maybe not the way I'd want to play it, but can we lock out? There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is second. So we're getting, I guess we're getting experience by doing this. I don't really understand it. But yeah, we're going to call it here. And I'll do a piece to camera. Let's exit. Okay, welcome back. So a bit of time's passed. I've had a haircut since only a week. My previous outro hadn't recorded audio. Don't know why, but it didn't. So here we are. So final thoughts, I suppose. Like, in some ways, I'm pleasantly surprised because my expectations were lowered so much by the Dawid Does Tech video. I actually was pleasantly surprised. Like, Doom: The Dark Ages did not run well, but it ran so much better than I was expecting. Like, it was playable. Like with the VRR on the laptop's monitor, getting 40 odd frames, it felt fine. Like, it's not how I want to play it, but it felt fine playing with the controller that way. So, you know, if you put that on a Steam Deck and handed it to me, I'd probably be like, yeah, it runs on Steam Deck. So, but there is something to be said for a 720 monitor, you know, screen. That's probably smaller than a Steam Deck in it there. But that not how I'd choose to play it. But then Doom is an outlier in the weird demands it's got. But yeah, it's pleasantly surprised based on what I expected. Not happy with my expensive. I mean, £600. It's not nothing. Gaming laptop, not running it properly. Same for Vampire The Masquerade 2. Got that running okay, but the sacrifices you make to get it running like that is not what I would want. I think it's a game that sort of shows it's probably worth going and either making cutbacks in other areas in terms of the laptop you're buying, but you're going to have to spend more money to get something with a 6 gig or an 8 gig graphics card. It there was points that ran okay, would have been playable. It runs badly on even it runs badly anyway. Like I can get 120 frames on my desktop, and it just doesn't feel smooth. It just hitches all the time. I don't know what the issue is. Keeper, same sort of thing, really. Like Keeper, I did not love. I said this in the video. It's not a game I particularly enjoyed, and if you're taking away the looks from it, that's its big selling point to me is how it looks and things like that. So taking that away is a big loss. I think it's a cost that I don't think is necessarily worth paying just to get the 60 frames a second. Maybe looking at it at 30 and putting some more of the settings up. It did run it. Whoever told me that the some of the stuttering had been fixed, absolutely. That was my experience of it. Didn't notice any stutters at all beyond just obviously like frame rate fluctuations. But yeah, that's credit where it's due. Not how I'd want to play a game, but we got it running. We got it running pretty well. Next game, Robocop Unfinished Business. Again, it looked a little rough on the particle effects and stuff, but that ran surprisingly well. Like I think that's a victory for the laptop. That was all right. What were we on, like medium settings or something? And yeah, that was surprisingly decent. It did flag up an issue though that sort of ran through the rest of the testing. Was the laptop was hitting like 86 degrees or something like that, and I think we got to the point where it was affecting performance because I had issues with games not booting. And yeah, I do think that possibly that is something to bear in mind. Is like, yeah, you could get this, you can get this level of performance and you can max out and do everything you can out of that graphics card, but it's not going to last long because of the temperature. That performance is gonna drop. So I do wonder if we'd sort of had a longer run on some of this stuff, whether or not the performance would have dropped significantly. Another success, another one that sort of played really well, I think Resident Evil 3, which again is a few years old, 3-4 years old, something like that, but it still ran really well. You can't really knock it. It shows the difference between the sort of modern engines and that. Not that isn't a modern engine, I suppose, but I mean in terms of like Unreal Engine 5 and stuff compared to that. I forget what it's called, the RE engine. That's it. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. You could comfortably play the Resident Evil games. I think. I don't know about the very latest ones, so Resident Evil 4 remake and stuff, but Village, I don't know. I kind of don't see why not, but I could be wrong. And Baby Steps ran fantastic, not a problem at all. I'd say ran fantastic. I don't think we're getting like crazy frame rates or anything, but it was 60, and it's it's all you need really for Baby Steps. So yeah, that was fine. So you can play some, that Baby Steps came out this year, not a problem. You would just need to sort of pick and choose. But then when you compare that, like Baby Steps came out around the same time as Keeper came out, and Keeper's too much for this laptop in my opinion. But despite being a success, we did get it running. Expedition 33, surprisingly well. I'd add that with Doom. Again, I know it's been patched a while, and Vampire too, I suppose. It's been patched quite a bit, and yeah. So I think with a bit more tinkering, we were floating below 60. I think with a bit more tinkering, we could have got that comfortably to 60, dropping the resolution maybe. I don't know about the open world. We didn't get to test that, but yeah, I think that was playable. I was surprised how playable that was, but don't quote me on that. No, like I could be wrong. It could be absolutely dreadful in other points. I don't know what the performance is on consoles, but like we were approaching 60. So, like I said, the VRR and the monitor really helps in terms of like I was dodging stuff. I can't remember how to play that game, and I was still dodging stuff. So yeah, that was all right. The last one, this I love that it did this. Like it, this was so Ninja Gaiden 4 coming up with the warning saying like, no, 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 not at all. No, you're not playing this. And then letting us play, but setting it to these ridiculously low settings. Really poor looking, but it ran like it should. I think it could have looked better. I think it could have comfortably looked better, but it was having none of it. And yeah, but it ran. It ran really well with headroom. Like but it was 60. It was comfortable. So that I was really impressed with. Yeah, the cost is how it looks. So again, that sums up Ninja Gaiden sort of sums up a lot of the problem with it, and I think a few of them. I suppose a lot of the games it runs, but it's not how I'd want to play it. And again, I know it's not a £2,000 graphics, £2,000 gaming laptop or anything like that, but these are still on sale. If you're like, I spoke to someone in work and said like, it's these laptops cost this, and asked them, do you consider that expensive? And they said, yeah, because they do. You know, if you're buying this as a kid's laptop or something, it's expensive. They'd probably be looking for something better for themselves, but yeah. So, like, final thoughts. I don't think an RTX 3050 laptop, the 4 gig version, is good enough in 2025 to as a gaming laptop graphics card. They should not be putting it in these laptops. But then some of what they're selling must have been out when last year when I got mine, because mine's still there. So yeah, as laptops, they're good laptops. That you can play games on them, not necessarily. So that's kind of the issue I have. They're not I couldn't possibly recommend it as a gaming laptop. In fact, it's been a good learning experience because I'd go and spend another £100 and try and find something that's at least 6 gig, ideally 8 gig. In other ways, though, those laptops, if you're after a video editing or just a new laptop and it will play some stuff that you want to play, Fortnite and whatever else, like, yeah, like I said, Resident Evil showed that. Like, Resident Evil 3 ran great. There's not some of it is a success, some of it is a success story. So my final thoughts then is I wouldn't recommend it, and what I was worried about was that I'd do this and I'd be like, fuck, I should buy a new laptop. I should go and buy a new laptop. And there's been an element of that coming out of this. I'm like, what if I just sold it? I wonder how much I'd get if I sold it. And then I could go and get one, let's say a 40 series or an AMD that has more VRAM. But yeah, I don't know if they even do AMD ones, maybe the Intel ones, but I don't know. No, I wouldn't recommend it, I suppose, is the question. But then is that because the games I've picked nowadays, PCs are just in a bad state? When you get Steam machines next year and so on and so on, will that maybe change things? I don't know. But yeah, possibly I'll recreate this video next year and play some stuff. See how long we can keep this laptop running for. But at the same time, if I win a chunk of money, laptop can go. Go buy myself a nice new one. But anyway, yeah, hopefully that was helpful, and it's quite a long video. So yeah, hopefully it was helpful, potentially entertaining or interesting, and thanks for watching. Have a look around the channel, subscribe if you want, I don't know. Maybe I'll be giving away a laptop if I win the lottery. So yeah, thanks for watching.